Okay. Well, obviously there's a different kind of game for us, and couldn't be more proud of the heart, the character, the competitiveness of our team. I don't know if we've started off a game 0 for 13 from 3. Wasn't going easy for us. I thought Isaiah really broke it open. His energy, obviously his shot making, and then the job. Kaman gets 2 fouls, Malik gets hurt, and then Pat, the job he did coming in the game to pick us up. He had a great block at the rim, had some good finishes, and then all of a sudden at halftime it's 5, which is a big deal. And then our response to start the second half, and different guys stepping up. Mason starts right away. Isaiah continued, Khan throughout the game. Thought we were really just. I thought our defense was back to being what it should be on that end in the second half. And we saw the ball go in. I'll just tell you real quick, look, Malik was in a lot of pain, and he redislocated his shoulder. That's why, I'm sure some of you saw it. We got him a stretcher just because to tolerate the pain, and it's he was in a lot of pain, and he's at the hospital now. We'll figure out how he's doing. I'm going to try to figure out if I can go see him right now. And Cooper. He just came down, sprained his ankle. X-rays were negative, which is great. We just have to understand there's going to be swelling and to see how he recovers and how he goes from there. But proud of this team to step up without 2 of our key guys. A big reason is the 2 guys next to me. Kaman controlled our entire defense in the second half and did a great job talking, protecting the rim, finishing. The 2-man game with him and Khan was great. I know you'll ask these guys questions first, but very proud of the win.
Okay, questions. So 2 players. We'll start front row to our left.
Guys, this is for both players. Coop goes down, Malik goes down. Beginning of the second half, I saw all of y'all come together. What did y'all say to each other, and what was it that ignited that fire?
We were just like, we're going to stay together. Obviously Coop is a huge piece of our team. It hurts to see him go down, same with Leak. But, it's next man up, and we're going to keep picking our guys up.
Come on.
As he said, we stayed together. We went in the locker room and we spoke to each other, and we were like, we got to step up and pick our teammates up, and that's what we did in the second half.
Back right on the aisle.
Isaiah, how much are you enjoying being back home and having success so close to home?
It's great. Air smells great. You know what I'm saying? It just, I'm just glad to be back home. Glad to put on a show for the home crowd. But most importantly, I'm glad just advance to the next round.
Back of the room.
Isaiah, Nick Carboni from NBC here in Charlotte. Kind of just touched on it there, but what's always given you that confidence in those moments that we know you had in high school? I'm sure you had it before that. What drives that confidence for you?
Just staying in the gym, consistently shooting those same shots that I get in the game. And then, once that first one goes in, every shooter knows once the first one goes in, it's a completely different game. So just staying consistently in the gym, getting them same reps in with Coach Dildy, with my assistant coaches, and, just keeping the main thing.
Front row.
Dom Finale with the Duke Chronicle. Come on, you and Khan had a bunch of lobs, a bunch of connections there on the pick and roll. Can you just talk about your chemistry on that play and how you guys have been able to find so much success consistently?
I feel like throughout the whole season, our connection has been growing. Me with most of my teammates, we've been working on it, whether it's in practice or after practices or shoot around. And I feel like we still have more room, and we'll keep getting better.
Front row.
Skip Foreman, News and Record of Greensboro. To you gentlemen, when you're in a hole like that and it's rare, how do you regroup yourselves? What's the motivation and strategy that gets you back into a game like this one when threes aren't falling and team's off to a good start, your opponent?
Isaiah?
I feel like in such moments is us just being us and trust what we do and trust what we do in practices and trust ourselves and pick each other up, like hype each other up and trusting like what we do, trusting our defense especially, and that's what gets us out of such moments.
Yeah, same. I think it's just our connectivity. I think we're one of the more connected groups. you never really see us get really frustrated at each other. It's really more just talking through it, figuring out what the issue is, and moving on to the next play.
Third row.
David Glenn from the North Carolina Sports Network. Come on, I did see you hit three-pointers in warm-up, so I wanted to mention that, but the question is for Isaiah because he hit them during the game. Shooting can be streaky, and you guys started cold from the field. What was your message from your coach, who was a great shooter in his day, and what is your mentality when you just see the shots not falling the way they usually do?
I don't think there is a message. A lot of the things we do go without being said. We all know at this point what our roles are on the team. And, you know, when I sub in, I'm just trying to execute my role to the fullest extent. And so when I'm in there, I'm just trying to help us win only way I know how.
Middle of the row to in front of me.
Dennis Cox, 99.9 The Fan in Raleigh. At the under 4 timeout, you guys come out, Con gets a bucket, you guys get a couple blocks, and then Isaiah, you hit your first 3. What was said during that stretch, during that 43 seconds, where you forced Georgia Tech to call a timeout to stop any sort of momentum that you guys were gaining?
Just stops. Just stops, put together stops. We know how good we are on offense. Offense is going to take care of itself. That's something the coaches preach to us, but it's the defense that carries us into the offense.
Left standing.
Ross Martin, 24/7 Sports, CBS Sports. Isaiah, what was going through your mind when you saw Cooper go down? Like, what were you thinking? What was your reaction?
I mean, it hurt, you know, just to see one of my brothers go down. You know, we all just want to see each other play ball. This is what we love to do, so when someone goes down, it's hard. Same thing with Malik. And so, you know, we just told each other, you know, we got you. We're going to pick you up. And, you know, we got you.
Front row.
Yeah, I was going to ask the same question, but also, what does it say about this this team that you guys were, you know, able to, I think when Cooper went down, you were down 9, but that you were able to rally back and win this game?
I think it just shows that, you know, we're a real team. It's not really about one person or 2 people. It's about Duke. And, you know, Duke is going to handle business all the time. That's what we came here to do. We came here to play ball. So no matter the circumstances, whatever happens throughout the game, we're going to keep playing.
Take 2 more for the players, front left.
Zay, watching you come off the bench and over the season, just gathering up the minutes, contributing so much. You talk about the mentality throughout the season and watching your growth.
The mentality just been doing whatever I need to do to get on the court. And then when I'm on the court, do whatever I need to do to help us win. And right now that's playing defense, hitting shots, you know, rebounding, being a great teammate, giving us energy. So that's what I'm going to do every game.
Last question for the players standing to our right.
Jason Evans, Duke Basketball Roundup. For Common and Isaiah, I know John's sitting right next to you, but can you tell us what the message was from the coaches at halftime? You've got 2 of your top, 6, 7 players who are out for the rest of the game. What'd they say to you guys about focus in the second half?
They just told us should go out there and be us, play free, and get stops, and that's what we did.
Yeah, I mean, it was just that. It's just defense. I feel like we just let them see too many easy ones go in. I feel like they were bullying us around a little bit. We just came up with a whole nother mentality. You know, we weren't going to be pushed around. We were going to be the aggressors, and we were going to set the tone second half.
Okay, thanks, guys. Head back to the locker room. The Georgia Tech locker room is open for about another 5 minutes, and the Duke locker room will remain open until 2:55. Okay, questions now for Coach. First one right there on the aisle.
John, David Teal with the Daily Press in Virginia. Isaiah just said he thought that Georgia Tech was bullying you guys a little bit in the first half, especially offensively. What were your observations of your defense?
Of our defense, you said? Well, on our defense, look, I'm pretty sure. They ended up with 31 in the first half. It's not like they were scoring like crazy. You know, obviously, I thought we gave up some open looks, but they got the margin. We had 12 points with, I think there's 7 minutes to go in the first half. So it's hard for us. Obviously, I thought we were doing a decent job. I thought their physicality is way better than ours. You know, they came out, they're older. If you've been watching Georgia Tech the last 2 years with the job that Damon does, they're a dangerous team to play. There's a reason they've beat, some of the best teams in our league the last 2 years. So for me, it was just the lack of execution or just some missing shots, and then that snowballed for us in the first half.
Back right.
Hey, John. Travis Lee, WMTW TV in Portland, Maine. How do you weigh if Cooper is available sooner than later, when he can come back versus maybe what your long-term goals are as a team? You know he's going to want to play as soon as he can, factoring that all in?
Well, I already know how he's wired. And look, to be honest with you, I would have to be like convinced by everybody in the locker room when I go back that he should play. You know, it's not worth it. You know, it just isn't. And again, I mean, he was swollen already. It's not about being ready to go tomorrow. That's not the most important thing for us. We got to see if we can get him right for this run that we can make in the tournament. But I would have to be really convinced that we should even consider seeing if he can go tomorrow. And he may not be able to go anyway. He probably won't be able to go anyway. But I think it's a real long shot,
Third row aisle.
Tim Donnelly, 99.9 The Fan. Coach, you started your comments with this was a different game. How was it going through all that without Coach Lucas and for the first time?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I think there's a lot different. You know, Jay's my guy, but when you're in the moment, you're thinking about coaching your players, and that's all that's happening. And, you know, we've been preparing for this, and you have to be able to coach to your instincts no matter what. And we have a great staff to step up, which they did. But I think it was different because of how disjointed, you know, the first half was. But, yeah, I mean, I think there were a bunch of firsts for today's game.
Second row.
John, Brendan Marks from The Athletic. Similarly with Malik, you mentioned he redislocated, already had that injury. Do you have any sort of idea about the prognosis in terms of, is this something that he's going to be able to rejoin you guys for your run in March?
I don't, and I'd rather not speculate. Obviously, he's going to miss time no matter what. I mean, this is going to be, is there a chance at some point? I would hope so, but my main concern is just seeing him in such pain. I would hate to speculate without really knowing.
Second row, right in front of me, Coach.
Brett Friedlander, Saturday Down South. John, you had time at halftime to regroup and kind of reset the motivation and everything. But on the fly, after losing Coop and already being down Malik, what was your message to the guys as you're huddling there, getting ready to send them back out on the court?
Really, my message was to do simple. Like, sometimes, you know, you see Malik go out, Cooper go out, and you feel like you have to really make up for it with amazing plays and offense and scoring, when in reality, you need to do your job. And for us, I thought we just did simple a lot better in the second half, guarding the ball, being in the right positioning, simple plays on offense. And that was my biggest thing. And just to do simple. That was it.
Beyond the X's and O's, was there any psychology involved? Try to kind of keep these guys head in?
I think most of it was psychology. I mean, I really do. I think most of it was, because I think we're going to look back and see most of the shots in the first half were good ones. Maybe some were rushed, but we had a different look than we normally have. Didn't have the poise. And then defensively, we let them scoring impact our offense, which we haven't done either. So you have to give them a ton of credit. You know, Damon does a great job. But for me, it was about settling them down and understanding that it wasn't about just making a shot. It was just about doing the simple things that lead to winning.
Front row left.
Coach, TJ from Virginia Talk Radio Network. When you get into cold spells like Duke was in the first few minutes at the three, it can be frustrating. How do you as a coach the mentality of, hey, calm down, stop, don't get frustrated, just keep going at it, you'll hit it?
I think the last time we played Georgia Tech, I was a player here, and I couldn't make a shot. So I don't know if it's something about playing these guys in the tournament or what. But I actually think in the fact we won, it was great for us to go through that, because we've been scoring a lot of points, and that's not realistic for what you're going to face in the postseason run. So I just thought we did a great job doing the simple things and guarding.
We'll take three more questions, front row.
Rob Dosser, field of 68. You lose Cooper in the first half. Kahn finishes with 28 and 8. A lot of that was free throws at the end, but you put him in those ball screens at the end. He got someone on his hip. How comforting is it to know that you have a guy that makes those decisions like that?
Rob, it's huge. I mean, for Kahn, he plays at a great pace. He has great size, which allows him to score over the top or pass. And then you surround him with shooting still. You know, you come in with Mason or Isaiah and Tyrese already, Sion. And that's been him and Kaman have developed a great two-man game. And I think you saw that tonight. And puts teams in a position, what do you do? I've never seen them switch. They start switching it late. Usually they drop, and Khan does a great job of probing and getting in the paint.
Far back of the room.
John, Dick Cox with Lindy Sports and Cox Sports Broadcasting. Can you talk about how big it was, the run you made before halftime, and being able to get the crowd finally back in the game?
Yeah, I thought that was everything. You know, for us, we've talked the whole year about inflection points in the game. You know, there's always moments that can make or break you, or define if you have a better chance of winning the game. And my message of the under 4 timeout was just cut the lead. Win these 4 minutes. We'll figure it out at halftime. And I thought there was a big run we had. And to cut it to 5, you know, the fact it's a 2-possession game, it could have easily been 15. Could have easily been 20, actually. And that was probably the biggest part of the game.
Last question, standing to our left, Coach.
Coach, Adam Rowe, 24/7 Sports. This was your first game without defensive coordinator Jay Lucas since you've been at Duke. How do you think you guys responded? How did you adjust your coaching staff without Coach Lucas on the bench?
You know, really, it's just like when I was in there for a game and these other guys, I mean, you just got to step up. And, you know, end of the day, our guys, I give them a ton of responsibility, but I have to own our defense and our offense. Like, that has to come from my vision and what we're doing totally as a staff. And so Jay, for me, has been a key and trusted guy. But for us, it's business as usual. And we have to step up and be ready to go. Emmanuel, Chris, and our entire staff has done a great job of just picking up the load and making sure it doesn't feel different. And so, again, hopefully it's more smooth sailing than tonight was. But our staff has been great. And that end of the day, that's going to fall on me. All right? Thank you.
Hey, I know what you said at halftime. It's pouring the ball back over there.
Yeah, exactly. Shoot on my shot, boy, I'm long range. Me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now. When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down. Aiming for greatness, no settling. Kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Taking no else, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Who running the game now? Foot on the gas, can slow down. No, my team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change, yeah.